What is one socially unacceptable fact about yourself?
I've always struggled with sweaty hands and feet since I was a small child. In formal settings I enjoy the option of wearing opera gloves. People think I'm being fancy. Nah brah, I'm just hiding that I have to shake 9,000 hands at this event tonight and I don't want to have to keep wiping them on my dress.
I don't talk to anyone other than close relative. Not even friends.
I am faking everything. Literally. I could not care less about anything. But I fake it all.
They say that's how you make it.
I will do nothing but sleep and eat all day if I could.
I typically do not masturbate for pleasure. I usually do it just to make myself tired enough to fall asleep.
I never just have a few beers, if I have one.
My favorite beer is the next one.
I had 2 kids by the age of 18 in a heavily Mennonite Christian area nicknamed the Bible Belt in southern Canada.
That's funny that Canada has its own Bible Belt. I hate kids and am a teacher. I'm a high school teacher and I enjoy teaching teenagers, but can't stand kids under the age of 11.
That's okay. You don't have to love every kid in every age group just because you work with one age group of kids. I'm amazed you enjoy teenagers.
I can go for weeks without talking to anyone. I have no need to talk. I'd make a great vow of silence monk.
I don't know what the F I'm doing most of the time. Respectfully.
Experience has taught me this is the default state of anyone doing anything.
Sometimes I like having fake phone conversations. Sometimes because I just need to talk through a problem or plan something out loud but my mom isn't picking up the phone. Sometimes for my own entertainment, trying to get people to eavesdrop.
I have fake conversations too. Still dealing with confrontation issues. I am a grown man who likes to play with action figures, and yes, I do make the noises to pretend they're fighting. It's my hobby, it relaxes me, and yet I rarely tell people because they look at me like I'm a child. Why should we lose our sense of wonder as we grow?
There is nothing wrong with this, it's not hurting anyone and it makes you happy. I have way more stuffies than I should have and I'm 42.
I definitely do not know at what point expressing my desire to talk to someone crosses from reaching out in a friendly way into annoying and impinging. And I worry about it. Edit, it is weirdly reassuring to see how many others feel similarly.
I constantly feel like I'm annoying everyone that I talk to. Even my training supervisor, who has to remind me many times a day that I'm allowed and encouraged to ask questions in order to do my job better. Still feel like I'm always interrupting and pissing her off.
I talk to myself as if people were listening even when I'm alone.
I know the feeling. Those secret mind readers will get you. They're just waiting for you to think of something juicy.
I have never been in an emotionally deep and mutually trusting relationship. I want to be, but I've never met someone who felt the same way. I'm very introverted and one poor relationship experience left me reeling for the better part of a decade.
Same, but instead of the poor experience I got a mini list that makes up my entire experience. Asked out as a joke. Asked out to make someone jealous. Asked out by someone who it turned out is gay and was hiding it from his family. Oh, and he went after my brother. I got awkward hugs. Brother got a foot job in class. The only reason I still have hope is that I am still young, so I got time.
I'd rather be naked about 80% of the time.
I'd rather be about 70% naked 100% of the time.
I have fake conversations with people I know in my head that result in me argumenting loudly to no one.
Same. Sometimes I'll redo past conversations I've had so I win them.
I think being a stay-at-home dad would be great. I hope I can be.
I daydream way too much. I'm constantly daydreaming. At home, at work, while I'm driving, before I'm sleeping, while I'm eating. I'm always daydreaming. Edit. I was not expecting this to blow up as much as it has. I'm really glad to know that I'm not the only one. I'll try to reply to everyone individually.
I do too. Started to wonder if it was an actual disorder of some sort. There is a thing called maladaptive daydreaming, but I don't think I'm that far gone yet.
I don't want to work. I just want to live in a grassy field and eat fruit.
I like you and the innocence of this. I get you. I'm chronically ill and the thing I enjoy most is simply sitting in the sun where it's warm and watching the breeze go through trees. I could do this forever, I think.
I can't do groceries by myself, always have to call a homie to come with me. I can do anything publicly, but IDKWTF, it is about grocery stores. I need someone to hold my hand or else I am dipping without any groceries.
I'm the exact opposite. I do not want to deal with anyone else's terrible grocery shopping etiquette. Get in and get out, as quick as possible.
I feel like I'm constantly analyzing how to interact with people. Every conversation I have feels like a performance and not the real me. Like I'm just mimicking other conversations I've read or heard.
I feel this way as well. The worst part for me is the post-mortem of dissecting a conversation after it happened, and detailing exactly what I said, and could have said better, in a more meaningful way.
Long one here. I dumpster dive and find perfectly good fruit at the grocery store. I don't eat them but turn it into cider or distill it to something stronger. When I go to a group event or party, I just bring a 10+ gallons of whatever to the party as my contribution to the group. I've given many people at least 200 gallons of alcohol to mix drinks for their wedding or events. All for free. The thing is, I don't drink. Don't drink at all. Edit. Fixing some confusing wording. Thanks. I don't think this is impressive at all, as I think anyone can make alcohol, cider.
Pretty smart. Don't get high on your own supply, right?
When I'm out in public, I sometimes put my earbuds in just to listen to what other people are saying around me, nothing playing on my end. Edit. Didn't really expect this one to get noticed, and thank you for the award.
I have these Bluetooth headphones with a play, pause button on them, so sometimes I pause the song to listen to a conversation that's going on. Not paranoid that it's about me, but I guess I'm just really nosy.
I would rather sleep than talk to another person like, all the time.
Can't stand brushing my teeth. I do it but hate it. Edit. Kinda sad the highest upvoted comment I have is about hating brushing my teeth, lol. Please brush your teeth, folks. My mums are falling out because of her poor hygiene when she was younger.
It's so effing annoying, but I don't want to lose them.
I have an incredibly hard time talking to people I don't know.
Not only that, but I don't seem to be able to talk properly with people I don't know enough. Words don't come out naturally and I don't pronounce them correctly, or I say words different to what I meant to say.
I met my wife at her wedding. Edit. Holy poo, that blew up. Rip my inbox. I posted this just before going to bed last night. Sorry to leave you all hanging. I guess it's story time. My ex-wife and I went to one of her co-worker's wedding about 10 years ago. Let's call the friend Sarah. I had never met Sarah before. Over the years we kind of became friends but not particularly close. She'd come over to take care of our son once in a while when I was working nights and my ex had something going on. We went camping with her and her husband a few times. I even went to the movies with her husband once or twice. Sarah and I always got along really well. We had very similar taste in music, very similar sarcastic senses of humor. Well, things started getting really pooty between my wife and I, and eventually she left me. Sarah kind of acted like a buffer between us because things were tense and we still had a child to consider. This led to Sarah and I starting to have long conversations about pretty personal stuff. Little did I know her marriage was in trouble too. Her husband, let's call him Dave, had essentially forced her into an open relationship that she didn't want. She'd agreed to try it because she didn't want to give up on it, but by this point she'd had enough. I even called Dave and told him to sort his poo out and stop doing this to Sarah. He did not, and eventually Sarah left him. Through all of this she and I kept talking, almost like a kind of therapy. We were both going through really difficult things, and being there for each other really helped get both of us through. My ex, Sarah, and some of my ex's other friends were up at a cottage for a girls' weekend, and on the Saturday night I get a text from Sarah saying she's leaving because my ex had outed her for some very personal stuff in front of the other people there who she didn't even know that well. Her plan was to sleep in her car and drive home in the morning. I was living between the cottage and where she lived and was worried about her, so I told her to come crash at my place for the night, which she did. Nothing happened. After that we started hanging out more frequently and really started to become attracted to each other. Sarah had told me before this that she had feelings for me. I had still been trying to make things work with my ex and had told Sarah that we couldn't because it would devastate her. By the time all this happened I'd started dating a little bit and had given up on working things out. I also wasn't very concerned about how my ex would react anymore because she'd been pretty horrible to both of us for quite a while now. One thing led to another, and one night we just said F it. And that was that. We've been together about 5 years now. Have a kid and couldn't be happier.
Now I'm curious, do tell.
I have no ambition to do anything. No dream job or passions either. I'm not depressed by any stretch, but I just would be happy and fine if all I did was lay around all day and live off saved money. However, most people are utterly disgusted by that, so I lie and pretend I have a dream job or that I'm passionate about certain things. I honestly only really do any of those things for money or to pass the time. I don't care about any of them.
That's part of why I have so much trouble connecting with people. I so want a girlfriend, but nobody wants a boring dude who doesn't have passions and simply exists. I hate that about myself, but I can't change it. It makes me sad. Being very introverted and avoidant of people doesn't help either.
I'm suicidal. Passively, meaning I'm not making any plans. I'm safe and this is a constant for me. It feels like I can't tell my friends except in asking for help. I just want this to be something I can tell people because it's so significant in my inner world. Edit. I am getting professional help. I've been in therapy and medicated for a while. Thanks for all your concern. Sorry IDIDNT say that in the original comment.
I can never tell if I am a lazy person or depressed.
This comment is heavy for me, because I'm currently crawling away from years of crippling depression and I didn't even realize I was depressed. I can only give examples from myself but not sure if it would apply to you. I recommend giving yourself some time to read on your issues, or watch, listen or talk, and spend some quality time with yourself, like yoga, jogging or taking a hike solo during a nice day, or whatever your poison is. First of all, if thoughts and motivations fly by in your mind at the speed of light and you can't hold on to any single one of them, it becomes really hard to discover anything about yourself, and we call this a mental disorder of the sorts, ADHD. Depression fuels this by a whole lot. And not being able to focus makes you miss every single enjoyable step of every single thing in life. Brushing your teeth, driving, working, studying, walking your dog. Instead of finding ways to get things done, be gentle to yourself about your shortcomings and enjoy anything. You just want everything to be over with, so you can return to your escape. Second thing I realized was that I had dreams and aspirations, but never took a solid step to achieve them. They were just there, not providing any sort of drive or motivation. I would just go through life and make excuses constantly to remain in my comfort zone, because I was burnt out and couldn't summon the energy to undertake a single challenge. Another clue was my past. I escaped it wherever I can, never wanted to do anything with it, never developed any perspective and was stuck with the same thoughts, any beliefs up until I started living outside of it. There are other things I went through, but this is enough Reddit reading, I suppose. Just remember, in both cases, you can discipline yourself to create a pretty cushy life where you learn to deal with sources of stress, anxiety or apathy. It's hard to summon that energy to get anything done, but slow does it. Edit, grammar.
I prefer being alone, away from others.
This might sound extremely weird, but I keep a spreadsheet of my friends and different facts about them, like birthdays, conversations we might have had, shared interests, etc. I have OCD and pretty severe social anxiety and constantly obsess over details and relationships, and this helps me feel more in control of my social life. Edit. Wow, woke up this morning to all the comments and rewards. Thank you lovely internet strangers for making me feel a little less weird for a day. Y'all are wonderful.
You made a Stardew Valley wiki for your friends. Handy and resourceful. OK hand light skin tone.
I have no real desire to do anything extraordinary with my life. I just want to have my own little corner in the world, and not be bothered by anyone. Or bother anyone. Add-on, wow this blew up. Thanks guys, smile.
Same thing, I was pushed a lot from a young age and just now started realizing that maybe all that joyless living was not worth it just to get better grades or be better than everyone. Should have saved some ambition for when I'm grown up, but it's too late.
When I worked in a human transplant tissue lab, I would talk to the deceased donors to make myself feel better about processing a person who died suddenly hours before. Like, hey Mrs. Bird, how are we feeling today? When she is obviously lying in pieces in a cooler about to be swabbed, irradiated, and transplanted in another human.
I really liked this one. I would honestly prefer that someone spoke to a loved one's dead body that way.
I pick my nose relentlessly.
I have found my thread.
I hate showering. I do it every day, but I hate it.
Same. It's not the showering that I hate, it's the fuss and trouble of having to dry off and deal with my hair. I do it because I hate being unhygienic more than I hate showering, but I view bathing as a chore.
I have bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder. No matter how much people scream mental health matters on their social media pages, the stigma is very much still there. Edit, I wish I could go through and like every single one of your comments. Just know that I see you, I hear you, I recognize you and your struggles, I appreciate you, and I wish you all the best. Also, please seek help when you feel like you need it. There are so many professionals out there who I promise will listen.
Well, yay. People like the cute side of mental illness, but when they encounter the real deal they video it and post it online for everyone to laugh or hate on.
It might sound ridiculous, but I was born a left-handed person. It was unacceptable in our family and I was forced to eat and write with my right hand. Now, I can write with both but much faster and neater with my right hand. In my dreams, I still write and eat with my left hand. Edit, additional information. I was born in February 1982, in India. Studied in a Catholic school, a Jesuit school to be precise, so Christian, Italian beliefs. Yes, I started eating with my left hand again as I use my right hand to wash and wipe my rear. Couldn't wash with my left.
I pee in the shower and I'm not ashamed.
If offered, I would probably indulge in a D and prostitute-fueled orgy. Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.